Hello, welcome. I'm going to talk a bit today about the changes that come, the feelings and the changes that come with making changes or recovering from eating struggles. I think that, of course, we all want to go through life without difficult emotions like fear or anxiety or dread or guilt. I think they're normal things that human beings want to avoid. But I think that as human beings, they're part of our experience and we're not going to avoid them. And when we think about changing, when we think about doing things differently, but anything, never mind about an eating disorder or any struggle with food, any change is going to bring lots of layers of feelings. We're going to experience things like loss, grief, loss of some of the enjoyable things that we have. I know for other people outside of a struggle with food and weight, they're going to think, well, why would you want to not let go of that? But actually, there are some things, there are some positives that come when we have disordered behaviors around food and weight, because otherwise we wouldn't do it. They may be temporary, they may be very minor, but there will be some positives. And so I think it's being able to acknowledge the loss of those, acknowledge sometimes the grief that we experience when we're letting go of something that's been around us for a long time, or for a while, that something has held us that we felt safe and secure with, even though it's not safe and secure. I think there are feelings for any human beings, any change, whether it be a positive change or not, can feel tricky. And often when we're going through periods of change from eating distress, it feels doubly tricky because it's not always easy. It's very rarely easy. And it brings new feelings, new sensations in our bodies, new thoughts in our mind. Our minds, don't forget, when they're in the habit of eating a certain way, will play up. They'll have a tantrum. Our minds don't like change. And so we're going to feel the feelings that come with our minds being scared. And I think it's understandable to fear and to feel those feelings that come with different relationships that may happen around us. People will respond to us differently, whether our bodies change or not. If we change, if our behaviors change, if we're in a period of distress from making those changes, not everybody will understand. And when we make those changes, some people will assume, well, everything's all right now. Let's get on with things. And we can feel, oh, who sees my pain now? And it's finding ways to voice that pain. But I think whatever changes you want to make and you're going to make, I don't say this to be negative, but I say it to be realistic. Be prepared. Think about, how am I going to manage these uncomfortable feelings? What am I going to do with myself? Who am I going to bring on board to support me through this? Because there will be feelings, and they won't always be the most pleasurable feelings that we want. So before we make any changes, in that preparation, I would say, think about who's going to support you. What do you need? How can you support yourself? What's going to be most helpful for you as you go through these changes? And when we're prepared for difficult things or the potential for difficult feelings, well, we're more ready and we can say, okay, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm not going to get rid of this feeling, because getting rid of the feeling might mean that I never recover, that I never make these changes. So I'm going to live with this feeling, but I'm going to find ways to help myself or to have other people help and support me through whilst I'm feeling these feelings. Really important. Let's not pretend this is an easy job. It may well be the hardest job that you ever do. So bring in lots of support, bring in whatever you need to get you through it. And most of all, hold on to compassion for yourself. Bye-bye for now.